Susan Bruck, and welcome. This is an introduction to Simplicity Parenting Parent Workshop. I am working on putting one together um, as an e-course, and so this is just to let you know a little bit about the course. It is based on this book, Simplicity Parenting by Kim John Payne. It is one of my very favorite parenting books of all times. I have been working with this book for many years. It came out in 2009, and I took the Simplicity Parenting Parent Workshop Leader course in 2010. I've used this book and the course in my classes that I taught and in workshops and all sorts of different ways. I taught some of it in the Waldorf Teacher Training Program. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of an introduction, let you know what it is, why you might want to do it. So Kim Payne is an experienced family counselor and education consultant. He has over 25 years of experience doing that kind of work with families and children. And psychologists claim that children have lost more than 12 hours of free time a week in the last 2 decades. So, well, I guess it's not that hard to guess where some of those lost hours have gone. Children have more stuff, they have more activities, they just stay on the go a lot more. And it's a challenge these days for children, for families to just rest and rejuvenate. So this is about the idea that less is more, or you could think of it, I like to think of it as, instead of giving our children an abundance of things to do and a bunch of stuff, we can give them an abundance of time and space in which to play and develop, and it really serves them better, and it serves parents better as well. As you decrease, for example, the number of toys that a child has, you increase their ability to play deeply and to focus on things. Too much stuff is just distracting and overwhelming, and children can't find anything to focus on. My daughters, way back in the days before Simplicity Parenting, I had a bookshelf that was filled with baskets of different kinds of toys that I organized again and again every day for them, different categories of things in different baskets. And every morning, the first thing they would do when they walked by that bookshelf is just dump everything on the floor. They never played with anything. I finally realized that it was just too much stuff, and when I put a lot of those things away or gave a lot of them away, boy, it really, really made a difference in how they played. So basically, this course goes through the book. When I've done the workshop in person, it's a 7-session class, but this will also have 7 main sessions, but they'll be broken down into several smaller pieces to make it a little more doable, so you can do a section when you have a few minutes of time. So the intent of the course is to deepen your understanding and work with the Simplicity Parenting book and the ideas. You don't actually have to have the book, although I highly recommend it, to introduce and integrate sustainable, simplifying changes into your home, and enhance your sense of connection and purpose with your partners or spouses if you have them, and with your children, and just to experience more calm and connection at home. So in the book and in the course, Kim Payne has these imagines, which I will share with you, the first batch of them. Imagine your home as a place where time moves a little more slowly. Imagine making time for fun, connection, and relaxing. Imagine that your love will accommodate your child's acting out without losing your cool. Imagine your child's room uncluttered and peaceful. Imagine your family's days acquiring a sense of order, rhythm, and flow. Imagine your child having unscheduled time every day to daydream and play. Imagine what is said at home becoming more kind, true, and necessary. Imagine using unplugged time for the family to be together. Now, all of this developed from Kim Payne's work. Before he started working with children in London, in more middle class and upper middle class families, he worked in Africa and Asia with children whose families were affected by AIDS, or who were in refugee camps because they had been displaced because of war. And of course, those children showed symptoms of traumatic stress syndrome. But what surprised him was when he came back and started working with these children in London, these children whose lives were what we would consider pretty normal, that he also found that these children showed a lot of those same symptoms of stress. And after doing a lot of observation and a lot of thought about what might be causing that, he came to discover what he calls cumulative stress syndrome. It's just lots of little stresses throughout everyday life that add up to causing a stress reaction, a fight or flight, fight, flight, or freeze reaction in children, and they get stuck in that part of their brain where they cannot get out of that fight, flight, or freeze response. So he developed this program to address those issues, to help families, to simplify. And while in the program and in the book there are all sorts of different suggestions and ideas about ways to do this in all these different categories that are addressed, you really design your own simplifying program. This program helps you to reconnect with your dreams for your family, with your hopes for your family, with what you find to be important, and helps you to design small, doable changes that will bring you closer to that dream. So the four main areas of the program are simplifying the environment, rhythm, schedules, and filtering out the adult world. Those are the four main pillars. And then there's of course, it begins with why simplify, which I talked about a little, but certainly we'll go into more depth about that. And then the second chapter is called Soul Fever, and to me, that's the paradigm shifting chapter where you'll really realize that when you want to be close to your child, at least, is when they need it the most. It draws this comparison between a physical fever and illness and a soul fever, and step by step helps us to recognize that and to find ways to deal with it and restore our child to health through just slowing down, simplifying, and taking some time. So as we finish, I would just invite you to think of a golden moment from your own childhood. You can just pause this for a moment if you want to stop and think about it. But what I will say about that, and I would love to hear what your golden moment is that most people's golden moments are times, certainly without technology and without screens. They're times either together with family, or time in nature. It might be alone, or it might be with somebody else. But just remembering what it is that brought you joy as a child will help you to create the opportunity for your child to find that joy and spaciousness as well. So that's all I have for you for today. And as I said, I would love to hear any questions that you have about this program. And also let me know if you're interested. I'm going to include a simplicity parenting little survey that you can do on your own, looking at the different areas of your life where you may have simplified enough or you may not, just to give you some insights, hopefully, into where you're at. And it's a wonderful course and it's a wonderful book, and I really hope you look into it further. Thank you so much for being with me for this introduction, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.